Welcome to the Explainer. Today we are putting a massively popular vitality supplement under the microscope. We're going to walk through a promotional presentation originally translated from Arabic for a product that targets cellular health. Our goal, to strip away the marketing guesswork and build a really clear, structured understanding of the actual biology they're referencing.
But before we even look at the specific product, I want to ask you a pretty fundamental question. What truly drives our internal energy? I mean, think about your typical day. When you inevitably hit that 2 p.m. afternoon slump, what's your immediate reflex? For most of us, it's reaching for an external, temporary fix, right? A cup of coffee, an energy drink, maybe a quick sugary snack. But what if we could achieve sustainable vitality from within? Today, we are totally shifting our focus away from those external caffeine fixes and diving deep into our own internal cellular biology. We're going to explore how this source material suggests we can actually optimize the very engines of our cells.
All right, let's take a look at our first piece of source material. This is an introductory promotional image for Doctor's Best High Absorption CoQ10. The core promise they're making here is the secret of sustainable vitality. The presentation basically asserts that an exceptionally pure formula, one backed by advanced scientific research, can support your body's energy directly from the inside out. It's a pretty bold setup, framing the product not just as a quick, jittery boost, but as a foundational element for sustained daily energy.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. Sparking cellular energy.
First things first, we need to establish our biological baseline. What exactly is Coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10 as it's usually called? Well, objectively speaking, CoQ10 is a naturally occurring compound found in almost every single cell in the human body. You can literally think of it as a biological spark plug that's absolutely necessary for cellular energy production. Without it, our cells just cannot generate the energy they need to function. Plus, it also acts as a really powerful antioxidant. So that's our baseline. Keeping that specific definition in mind is going to really help you grasp the concepts they outline next.
Now, what's super interesting here is how vividly they illustrate that biological concept. Notice the intricate, glowing structure inside the cell. That represents the mitochondria, which you probably remember from high school biology as the powerhouse of the cell. The material states that this exceptionally pure CoQ10 directly feeds those mitochondria for essential energy production. Meanwhile, it also visually traces CoQ10's protective role, acting as a strong antioxidant to shield these vulnerable cells from damaging oxidative stress. So, the crucial point they are making is this dual microscopic role. On one hand, you have energy production, generating that vital spark inside the mitochondria to keep the cellular engine humming along. But on the other hand, it emphasizes cellular protection, acting as a powerful internal shield against cellular damage and decay. They're essentially presenting CoQ10 as both the fuel for the fire and the protective casing that keeps the engine from burning out.
Moving right along to Section 2, the absorption solution.
This brings us to a really important biological hurdle. You might be wondering, why is regular CoQ10 not enough? Why couldn't you just grab standard supplements off the shelf and call it a day? Well, this targets the specific biological problem of nutrient absorption, and it's actually a fascinating look at how supplement design interacts with our human digestion.
It all boils down to a classic problem and solution scenario. The problem? Standard CoQ10 molecules are naturally pretty large and fat-soluble, which causes them to clump together in the digestive tract. This results in very low absorption rates. So their proposed solution is a high-absorption formula that uses a hero ingredient called BioPerine. This is designed to fundamentally alter how effectively your body actually takes in the nutrient.
And this brilliantly illustrates that visual contrast. First, you see the problem, standard CoQ10 particles clumping together in a big mess, largely unabsorbed by the body. Contrast that with the proposed solution in action. By adding that BioPerine, which is actually a black pepper extract, the material highlights that the CoQ10 molecules can flow freely and rapidly into the system. The claim here is that this ensures maximum absorption in the absolute fastest time possible.
Let's zoom out and see how this builds into Section 3, Dual Body Benefits.
Systematically, the presentation outlines specific macro-level outcomes. We're moving from the microscopic cells to the whole body. They highlight a double benefit. First, renewed daily energy by fighting fatigue right at its cellular root, rather than just masking it with caffeine. Second, there's a huge emphasis on heart health. Because the human heart is an incredibly energy-demanding organ, this formula is positioned to strengthen the heart muscle itself and support highly efficient blood circulation throughout your entire body.
We're looking at a really vivid representation of this here. You've got this glowing, vibrant energy body
representing that renewed daily stamina and the fight against systemic fatigue. And right alongside it, the intricately detailed heart muscle reinforces the idea that cardiovascular health is the vital foundation of this entire process. The source material tightly links living an active, vibrant life directly to having a strong, well-fueled heart.
Finally, we arrive at Section 4, starting your journey.
This brings us to the culmination of their marketing narrative. The presentation encourages the viewer to start the vitality journey today, basically reiterating their core message: support your heart health and recharge your energy right now. Practically speaking, they offer a direct resolution to that absorption problem we talked about earlier by pointing the user to purchase the original product via an attached link to Amazon.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something to really chew on. We've walked through a highly structured presentation focused on unlocking cellular energy. But even if we step back from the specific product for a second, it begs a much larger, absolutely fascinating question. If our true vitality really does come from within, how optimally are we fueling our own microscopic engines every single day? It's just a great reminder of the profound, totally literal relationship between our microscopic cellular health and our macroscopic everyday energy. Thank you so much for focusing in and learning with me today. Keep asking great questions, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.